Friends, how are you all? So, we have already completed almost the entire part of chapter cell in the last class. So, let's do something very interesting today. But before that, just confirm whether you can hear me clearly or not. Just tell me. Yes, good evening, Sai. Yes, good evening, Janu, Alia, Krish, Nirath. Yes, so very good. So I think that my voice is clear to all of you. So let's do something different today. So today, as I said you in the beginning that NCERT is very important. I have already told you that how to download NCERT. And I hope that many of you must have purchased NCERT also, or if not purchased, then all of you must have downloaded NCERT. So just clearly give me a thumbs up if you have NCERT with you. If you have NCERT, let me see that thumbs up so that I can see how many of you are having NCERT. How many of you are having NCERT? Just put a thumbs up so that I can understand. Or still you are not having. Yes, so I can see Yashwant having, Devil having, okay, Durga, Yashasvi, Lucky, Janu, okay. So many of you have NCERT. Some of you are telling no, I don't have, but maximum large number of you are having NCERT. Very good. So today let's see. See, the good thing about NCERT is that it is a simple book, short book. Every chapter is very concise and all the question comes from NCERT, right? Just NEET is on 4th May. I will analyze that question paper also, and you will yourself see that all the questions are directly or indirectly from NCERT only. So NCERT become very important. But the thing about NCERT is that it is written in a very concise way. In single paragraph, you will find that there are 10, 12, 14, 15. From a single paragraph, I can draft 20 different type of question. So now reading NCERT becomes very important. So now today I will just show you that how you will read NCERT. So we will begin with this, then we will go back to our topic. So for that I have already downloaded the NCERT, and I hope that all of you are having hard copy of NCERT. If not having, then just closely see this PDF which I am sharing. If you already have NCERT, take it out, and along with that do whatever I am telling you to do. So follow that. So let's do this interesting exercise today first. So here is my NCERT, cell, the unit of life. I am taking this chapter because we have just completed this chapter. How will it open this PDF? Sir, this PDF I want to open.
Okay.
How will it open?
Note?
No, not in Note. In general, it will open.
General way.
Just open it normally. Just open it in normal PDF reader, any. WPS will also be. This note will remain as it is, no? Fine. Yeah. So this is the PDF. In general, whenever you have any PDF reader in your mobile, tab, laptop, it will open easily. So now this is the chapter cell. So now see it very carefully. If I show you, every chapter has a unit, right? So as we can see here, it is the unit given. structure and function. Every unit has a certain introduction. Every unit has a certain introduction. Now, usually this introduction part, very rarely questions are asked. But still, even if one question is asked in 2-3 years, still it become important, right? See, one thing you remember, any word written in NCERT is important, whether it is in introduction or whether it is in exercise. So first thing you all have to do, here not lot of fact is given, but it is a general introduction of the chapter. So always start every chapter with this, reading about this general introduction. It is explaining about cell. So here, if we understand, then it says that how organism have cell, basic introduction about the cell. And here if you find some important point, then you can simply underline it. For example, let's say if I have to underline, then here I will underline few things like, see, there is this one term, reductionist biology, right? So it is one term which you can underline. Then here there is another term called physico-chemical approach, right? So every time, whenever we start any chapter in our regular classes, we always start with the NCERT. Also, it is important that in class NCERT is taught line by line, and this is what we do in our regular class also, that we will explain each and every point starting from introduction itself. Here few keywords are there. So once you complete your introduction part, then let's move ahead. Now start the chapter. But every unit has one scientist mentioned. So here, who is the scientist mentioned here? So it is G.N. Ramachandran. And here in previous year, question is asked from here. So let's say this is the scientist, G.N. Ramachandran. So what he did, main point what he did is important. So if you see here, so he has discovered the triple helical structure of collagen, and he has given Ramachandran plot, right? So then there is Louis Pauling. So he has done alpha helix and beta sheet structure. So these are some of the important points from here which you will underline. So after reading the introduction, you will read about the scientist. Every unit start with one of the scientists. Then we will start with the new chapter, right? Now the chapter is actually starting. Can you see? Now, if many places what will happen, the topic starts directly from here. No doubt most of the question will be from here. But what if question come from the scientist? Many times student ignore this and question is asked from here. What you will do? So always read this part also and the introduction part also. I think this point is clear. Now when you go to the main part of the chapter, so here units are given. So you study the section by section. For example, first explained what is cell. So see here what is cell. So here if you see, and one question was asked in previous year from this paragraph, and question was, which of the following is the characteristic of unicellular organism? And these two options were given, and option D was both A and B, right? So unicellular organisms are capable of independent existence and perform essential function of life. Is it clear? Then here you see Antony von Leeuwenhoek, then Robert Brown. This all we have done when we have started with the chapter cell, right? So all this point. Then, so this is the introduction. Then cell theory. Who gives cell theory? What are the different points of cell theory? Who give omnicellula, ecellula? These all points we have already discussed in the regular class. In the beginning only, these all points we have discussed. All living organism composed of cell, right? So I'm not going into line by line here because it will take a lot of time, but just I am trying to tell you how to read. So just one cell organelle I will take as an example where I will show you how to read line by line, right? So just write down your favorite cell organelle which you want me to explain line by line. Whichever cell organelle will get the maximum vote, I will cover that cell organelle. So write down whatever is your favorite cell organelle. Whoever cell organelle has the maximum vote, I will go with that. But in general, see, overview of the cell, right? Overview of the cell. Now here, these points actually have some important sections. For example, let's say if I read this one line, the cytoplasm is the main arena of cellular activity in both plant and animal cell. Previous year question asked from here. Question was, which of the following is the main arena of cellular activity? And the answer was cytoplasm. So direct question from here. Then various chemical reaction occur in cytoplasm to keep the cell in living state. Now statement is very important. Let's say this statement is there. If you don't read NCERT properly, then you will miss out on this statement. You will not be able to say that what is the meaning of living state, because all the reaction taking place in the cytoplasm, and due to that the cell is in living state. So I can see mitochondria is clearly winning. Mitochondria is clearly winning. Mitochondria is getting maximum number of vote. Okay. Okay, fine. So let's continue with mitochondria. Yes, it is important also. A lot of question is asked from mitochondria, and that we can do in then these diagrams. Next thing, diagrams. Very, very, very important. See, the good thing about NEET or easy thing about NEET is they never ask any diagram outside NCERT. Remember this, what I am trying to say. If you get any diagram in your NEET paper, it will always be exactly the same diagram which is mentioned here in NCERT. So every NCERT diagram become very, very, very important. Remember this. For example, this we have already did in the class, that what is the different shape. Then here, see, there is one more diagram. If you see this, I can ask at least 5-6 questions from here. See this small diagram. What I can ask, what is the size of a typical bacteria? What is the size of PPLO? What is the size of virus? What is the size of eukaryotic cell? Or I may give you all these 4 cell organelles, all these 4 organisms, and ask you arrange them in correct order of their size, or which of the following is smallest, which of the following is largest, or in terms of a statement also I can give you that if I say eukaryotic cell are larger than prokaryotic cell, PPLO is smaller than a typical bacteria. So all those statements can be asked. So this from single diagram, see how many questions can be asked. So diagram becomes very important. Then here these are the different cell organelles, right? These are the cell organelles over here, if you see. So now let's go to mitochondria, where I will first cover line by line. So here is the mitochondria. So now let's see. All of you try to follow me. You also underline it in the same way so that you understand how to read NCERT. So today, one of the most important part of today's class will be how to read NCERT, right? Now, so let's say we are starting with mitochondria. So how we will read it first? So first thing what we will do, we will simply read it line by line. Mitochondria, unless specifically stained, are not easily visible under microscope. So what we will underline? Not easily visible under microscope, right? And also we say that mitochondria can be stained. So 2 points here, that mitochondria can be stained and they cannot be easily visible under microscope. Then second point, number of mitochondria per cell. See, number of mitochondria per cell. So it is variable. And on what it depends? It depends on the physiological activity of the cell. See, in just these 2 lines, so many informations are there, right? How can you observe mitochondria, right? Can mitochondria be stained? Is the size variable? And on what, is the number variable? On what factor the number is there? And see here, shape and size also show considerable degree of variation. So shape and size also has variation and number also have variation. Each line will give you one question, right? So that's why I am telling, if I give the numbering, let's say, if I give numbering, so see, 1 point here, right? Second point, third point, number per cell, fourth point, fifth point, right? Shape. And then you can also have diameter, right? Length. So you can also consider here 6 point where length and diameter. So see, in just these 3-4 lines, at least 5 to 6 questions can be easily asked, right? So how you have to read? Now you have read this much. It is very important. You all are starting your preparation. So notes will be very much important for you, right? So now you have read it. Now you have your separate notes where you can simply point by point keep on writing, right? Here 6 point I have mentioned, write. In short, you have to write it. They can be stained. Second point, what I can say? Not visible. Not visible in microscope, right? Then third point, what we can say? Number is variable. We can also say shape and size variable. Then what we can say? Length is 0.2 to 1 micrometer. Then we can say length will be 1 to 4 micrometer and the diameter will be 0.2 to 1 micro. Now this paragraph is ready. Now you will not miss any question from this paragraph. Understood this point? Then let's move on to the next part. Now if we move on to the next part, let's see here. So then comes here the diagram. So diagram become very important. Labeling of diagram become very important. I have also given you one exercise. See, if any diagram based question is asked from mitochondria, it will be this diagram, right? Now they are free to ask you, they will not give you matrix, they will ask you what is this. They will ask you what is Christie, or they can ask you A, B, C, D, E, all. It is their discretion how they will ask, but diagram will be the same. Then let's move ahead. Now they are double membrane bound structure. They are double membrane bound structure. Outer membrane, inner membrane, right? It divided into 2 aqueous compartments. See how much in detail there is given. So 2 aqueous compartment, the outer compartment and the inner compartment. Can it form a question from here? How many aqueous compartment mitochondria has? What is the outer compartment called? What is the inner compartment called? Right? So the inner compartment is homogeneous. Then outer membrane form a continuous limiting boundary. Which layer is continuous? And inner membrane form infolding called the Christie. So inner membrane is infolding. We have seen. Again one question can be here. Christie increase the surface area, right? Then 2 membrane have their own specific enzyme associated with mitochondria function. Outer membrane has separate enzyme, inner membrane has separate enzyme. Then mitochondria is the site of aerobic respiration, another important point. Then they produce cellular energy, so they are called the powerhouse of the cell, another important point. Then the matrix also possess single circular DNA. We have seen, no, that they have a circular DNA called plasmid, and they also have RNA molecule, they have ribosome. And so can there be a question, which of the following is present in mitochondria? And you have option DNA, ribosome, RNA, all of these. What you will say? Again, I am repeating the question. What is present in mitochondria? DNA, RNA, ribosome, all of these. What will be your answer? Right? What will be your answer? You can say, see, DNA is also present, RNA is also present, ribosome is also present. So what we will say? All of these. Very good, Khalid. All of these. So understood? Now what kind of ribosome is present in mitochondria? 70S, right? And here if you see, the component required for synthesis, the mitochondria is divided by binary fission. So is it clear? Now, so this part all how you will write? So now here you will write outer compartment, inner compartment, right? Then there is two aqueous compartment. What is the outer one called? Right? What is the inner one called? Then you will say there is matrix, right? Then there is cristae. Then surface area increase. Then enzyme. So what I can say? Enzyme present in inner is more than outer, isn't it? Then what kind of respiration? Aerobic respiration. Then they are called powerhouse of the cell. So powerhouse. Clear? And then you can also write here that they have DNA, they have RNA, and they have ribosome. And then they have 70S, right? So if you read this and make a notes in this way, see, now imagine how much time will it take for you to revise mitochondria? If you have prepared these notes, right? So it will hardly take 4 to 5 minutes to revise mitochondria, and it will be in your fingertips. If you read this much point, guarantee question will not be out of it in NEET. So is it difficult to get 180 in botany? No. It is not difficult, but is it very easy? No, it is not very easy. You need discipline in reading NCERT, in making notes. See, you all are in the beginning of your session, right? You will start from here. So note making, especially in bio, is very, very important. So from the beginning itself, start making notes. Now, how you prepare note, it will be depending on your comfort. Right? Many students use the side of NCERT. NCERT give you this. If you see here, see, NCERT give you some space to write. So many students start making notes over here. Some students wish to make a separate note. That is also fine if you are more comfortable here. But it is just the beginning of the session, so you have time. No hurry. So prepare a good notes for you so that you can have a notes and easily revise. So notes will give you the freedom for quick revision. One, no point will be missed, and if you get an additional point, you can always add to it, right? And then keep on revising it in loop. Will you get 180? Yes, right? So how many of you are giving me guarantee that, sir, I will get 180 in botany? Guaranteed. So just write 180 if you are convinced that you will get 180. So in our class, see, out of 80 students in class, many times more than 50 students score 180, because they are trained in such a way that, and you all also can easily score it. Just you need to read NCERT in a proper patient way, revise it, and then reproduce that information in exam. So understood this point? So very good. So all of you are full of confidence. All of you are ready to score 180. Yes, so not only in botany you will get 180. With the same strategy you can easily get 180 in zoology. So 360 in bio is very, very common, right? It is not something which is outstanding. Yes, in physics 180 you need effort, in chemistry 180 you need effort, but in bio 360 you just need discipline, you just revise properly and you will easily get 360. That's not a problem, and that is why how students are getting 720 out of 720 these days, right? So if you from the beginning you are ready for 720, then nobody can stop you from getting 720. Right? So on this positive note, let's go to the next part. So I hope that this part is all clear to you. Now, there is one more part in this chapter. So you will go topic by topic, plastid, all these points we have already covered. Now let's go to the end part. After the chapter is completed, there is summary. Usually what a student do, they cover the chapter and leave it. But summary also have some point. Many times you will get some extra point in the summary, right? For example, the entire chapter if you read, you will not get this term. I am underlining it. Oxidative phosphorylation, right? Oxidative phosphorylation. You will not get this term in this entire chapter. So let me zoom it a bit. Where is that term? So here it is. See, you will not get oxidative phosphorylation in the entire chapter, right? But here it is given in the summary. This is there in some other chapter, but not in this chapter. So oxidative phosphorylation, very, very important. And it will give you an overview, right? It will give you an overview of all the. So always read the summary. Never miss summary. See, these are some discipline which you will develop from the beginning. Start from the introduction of unit, then read about the scientist given after unit, then start with the chapter. Make paragraph by paragraph notes. Each paragraph you should prepare a notes of it. And then go with the summary. If you get any additional point in the summary, just make it also a part of notes. Correct? Now, chapter ends? No, it doesn't end. Then comes the important point. Usually we think that anyway NEET will ask MCQs. These are subjective questions. Let's ignore it. Never ignore it. Never ignore it. See, two benefit. First, even if it is subjective question, still information is there, no? So that you should be able to process the information. And anyway, the board exam you have to write subjective. Their objective will not work. And anyway, all of you have to give the board exams, right? So you will be prepared for that as well. So just you have to do right like this. Which of the following? So initially it is MCQs. So MCQs, of course, you all will be comfortably doing it. Then see some match the following, true or false. So all these are in your NEET pattern only. Now let's see here. What is mesosome in prokaryotic cell? Mention the function of it that. You can easily answer it, right? So just once go through this also. If you don't want, you don't write the complete answer. But just read the question and tell the answer by yourself. And answer every question from here. And now your chapter is completed. Once you complete the chapter, then go to the exemplar. In the beginning, I have told you that for every chapter, in this NCERT also have exemplar. Note it down if you are not aware about it. Exemplar of NCERT. there again you will get some more MCQs, more short answer questions, some a little long answer questions are there, so that also you can simply solve, and now your chapter is completed. If you do this process, you will not miss even a single question, right? So this is a thing which I always wanted from the beginning to tell you. So now let's move ahead. So since we have done this part, so now let's go into the second interesting part of the today's class. So there I am having some question that, so now next question, again it is very important in the sense that, let me find it out. Yes, so now the question comes, and it is a very, very important question which comes to your mind. Now that, sir, what are the different types of question asked in NEET, right? We know that there will be a question, there will be 4 options, and I will have to choose the right option, right? But is it always that simple? Answer is no. So till now we have done all the simple type of question because it's the beginning, so we will go from simple to complex, right? So the one of the type of question is very simple. See, all of you here, you have to answer the question also, and in the same way we will understand the type of question also. So the first type of question is, they will simply ask you direct conceptual question, what is this, and you have to select the answer. If you know the concept, you can easily answer. Like most of you are answering B as the right answer here. Which cell organelle is known as the suicidal bag of the cell? Immediately what will come into your mind? It will be lysosome. So lysosome is the suicidal bag of the cell. Yes, all those who have answered B is correct. Lysosome is the suicidal bag of the cell. So this is one type of question. This is considered as the easiest type of question which can be asked in NEET. Mostly this kind of question, if a student have read it well, then they will always do this kind of question correct, as you all are doing correct. Now coming to the next type of question. So this is one. Now next type of question is this. There will be a combination of diagram and information. For example, see here, diagram, and then I have labeled one of the part of the diagram as X, and what I am asking, identify the organelle which is labeled X in the diagram of animal cell. Clearly mention animal cell. Now if you see X, then it gives us a very clear indication that X is mitochondria, isn't it? X is mitochondria. So now information is linked with the diagram. You should be able to identify the diagram and link with the information. So yes, very good. All of you are correct. It is B, mitochondria. So this is one. Now another type of diagram based question which will be a little more complex, right? And complex will be like this. See this. Now let's say if I give you a diagram like this and I put it like this. Let's say if I say A, B, C, D, E, F and G. And now I am not asking only one. Let's say, although here it is still G, but in your question, let's say they are asking A, B, C, D, right? So you should be able to identify. In your option, you will get A is this, B is this, C is this, D is this. So you have to identify the correct part, right? So now let's one by one tell me, what is A? What is A? If I ask you, what is A? What you will tell? What is A? What is A here? A is, see, first of all identify, is it a plant cell or animal cell? What is it? Is it a plant cell or animal cell? First thing, this you have to understand. See, the shape is not, see, usually plant cell will be of this kind of shape or some rigid kind of shape. They will have corner, but this is an animal cell, right? So, if it is animal cell, then vacuole will be not that large. Understood? Understood? In the animal cell, vacuole is not this large, right? So what it can be? So I am telling, vacuole will not be so large. Now what you will say? What is it? If I say vacuole is not that large, now what option you have? So let's say this is not a plant cell. This is an animal cell, which many of you have told. Now, this is in the cytoplasm, right? So A will be lysosome, right? Lysosome is a simple circular vesicular structure. Then see here, what is B? What is B? Very simple. The outermost layer of the animal cell is called, outermost layer of the animal cell is called. So very good. Mathuri, very good. So you have said, Khalil also you have said plasma membrane. Nirant, Sai, correct. Very good. So the B1 is, you call it plasma or you call it cell. Both is correct. Cell membrane. Correct. Then C is what? C is present inside the nucleus, and a dense circular structure inside the nucleus is called nucleolus. It is called nucleolus, right? Now what is D? D. Now D you can call it as the nuclear envelope, you can call, or many of you will say, sir, it is outer membrane, right? So both you can say. You can also call it outer nuclear membrane. Now, what is E? If I ask, what is E? So E is the, yes, E is what? E is, okay, Sai is telling chromatin, Charan is telling chromatin, fine. Yes, you can say E is chromatin, or chromatin is also correct. But in option, if I give you nucleoplasm, so that is also correct, right? Because we cannot say whether it is nucleoplasm, both can be correct answer here. So chromatin or nucleoplasm. What is F? So F we will say as cytoplasm, and G we will say as mitochondria. So now this type of question is a little more complex. This kind of question is a little more complex because you just don't have to identify one, you have to identify multiple, and sometimes you get confused between, for example, many of you thought A is vacuole, right? So here A is lysosome, and others you can easily identify. So another question is of this diagram type. Now what is then the next type of question? Next type of question, assertion and reason, which we have already sufficiently practiced it. Assertion reason question. So here see, assertion reason question. Now I think you all are expert in assertion reason question. Tell me the answer here. tell me the answer here. Now you all are expert in assertion reason. So assertion says that ribosome are the site of protein synthesis. Right? Ribosome are the site for photosynthesis. So I will say yes, it is correct. Ribosome is the site of protein synthesis. And then ribosome are found only in the nucleus. Is reason correct? No, ribosome is not found in nucleus. Ribosome is found in the cytoplasm or on the surface of ER or nucleus. So reason is false. So what we will say? Assertion is true, reason is false. So this type of question we have practiced a lot. So this is simple now. You are very much comfortable with it. Another type of question will be match the following. So match the following also we have done sufficient number of match the following. So see here, this is regarding the shape of bacteria, right? Where you have to match the shape with the proper term. So how you will match? So tell me the correct answer among A, B, C, D. So you have 10 seconds. I will give you 10 seconds. Okay, Sai is telling A. Sai is telling A. Kalyani is A. Reshma A. So many of you are telling A. Lashya, Faz, Charan, Sriram, Bhuvan. Okay, all of you are telling A. So let's see that. What is the answer? Spherical shape. Spherical shape goes with coccus. Coccus is spherical. Rod shape is bacillus, right? So A will go with 4, B will go with 1. Fine. Spiral shape. Spiral shape will go with 3, C3. And comma shape will go with Vibrio. So D with 2. So A is the right answer. All of you have, those who have answered A, very good. Correct. Right? Very good. So this is the match the following type of question. Now, this is another type of question. Now, this is one of the trickiest type of question NEET is asked, right? Because you have multiple statement and you don't have to just find one statement true or one statement false, right? You have to find the combination which is true or false, right? So now this will become a little tricky. So all of you take your time. Take your time, read the question and try to answer it. I will give you 20 seconds here, right? Just take your time and then answer. And all of you who are here, just participate in solving the question. No personal chat. Yes, so let's see. So Khalil has already given the answer. Faz also, Tejasri, okay, Karthik. Very good. So answers are coming very, very fast. It means that you all have the concepts ready with you. Very good. Sai, Veda, Lashya. Okay. So let's see this. Select the correct statement about plasma membrane. It is made up of protein and lipid. Correct. It is selectively permeable. Correct. It is rigid and non-flexible. Who said plasma membrane is non-flexible? Plasma membrane is flexible. It follows the fluid mosaic model. Correct. Right? So 1, 2 and 4 is correct. 3 is wrong. So which one will be the answer? Understood this type of question? Now here what will be the trick? That let's say 2 you know is correct. But if you are confused, then still you will find it difficult to get the answer. So that's why this kind of question is a little more tricky and it requires a little more attention in reading. And there is a chance that student miss the correct option. So here, if you see such a question, then be extra vigilant while answering. Then the next question, it will be a little bit of application or function based question. right? Which is based on the application of concept what you have read. For example, this is from plant kingdom, right? So which group of plant is most suitable to colonize bare rock? Means barren land is there, barren rock is there. Which plant grow for the first time? Let me see who can answer it first. I will tell you the answer. Let me first see who can answer it. Which group of plant is most suitable for colonizing bare rocks? So let me see who can answer it. Okay, Sai is telling B. Okay. Leela is telling B. Okay. Many of you are telling A, D, B, C. Okay. So mix responses there. Mix responses there. It's okay. Right? This point is not clearly discussed. Right? See, bryophytes, right? Bryophytes have mosses, right? Bryophytes have an example mosses, right? And they are the colonizer of the bare rock. Understood? So they are the colonizer. Remember, it is mosses who first colonize the bare rock. So B will be the answer. So this will require a little extra effort from your side to get to the answer. Then just we have seen the lines of NCERT, and this will be exactly taken line from NCERT, right? So this is the line taken from NCERT, that mosses, which is a bryophyte, and along with lichens are the first organism to colonize rock. This shows that mosses are, you will study about this later. Mosses are called pioneer species. Those who grow for the first time are called the pioneer species. This is taken from NCERT line. Clear? Then numerical. Now this is considered those who fear from maths. They find this kind of question very difficult. But actually it is very, very easy question. Just by seeing the number, don't fear from it, right? There are some basic concepts through which you can easily. The good thing about number based questions are that there are very limited number based question which is asked, and usually they are repeated again and again. So if you practice sufficient number based question, then you can easily answer everything. So now let's see this question. It says that bacteria divide every 30 minutes, right? Bacteria divide every 30 minutes. How many bacteria will be produced from one bacteria after 3 hours? In 30 minutes it become double. In 3 hours? Quickly try to answer. Let's see how many of you can answer. See, it get double in 30 minutes, right? It get double in 30 minutes. So in 60 minutes it will get 4 times. In 90 minutes it will get 8 times. In 120 minutes it will get 8 into 2, 16 times. Then in further 150 minutes and further 180 minutes. So every time you will multiply by 2 because it get doubled. Now you don't have to do this much because there is a simple formula. Simple formula is 2 to the power n. Right? Total time 3 hours. 3 hours means how many minutes? 180 minutes. Right? What is the doubling time? 30. So you will say 180 divided by 30. How much? 6. Right? So 2 to the power 6. And 2 to the power 6 is 64. 64 is the answer. Right? Again, this is not here, we haven't discussed it very clearly, but whenever we will do cell division chapter, there it will be clearly discussed, right? And all such question will be clearly discussed in your classroom. So understood? This is one question. Then true false type of question. This is also statement based. So let's say this. Choose the correct statement about the archaebacteria. So archaebacteria are found in extreme environment. Correct. They have a cell wall made up of peptidoglycan. The cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan. No, cell wall is not made up of peptidoglycan. It include methanogen and halophiles. Correct. So 1 and 3 is correct, right? So these were some of the types of the question which will be asked in NEET. So I hope that you all must have enjoyed today's lecture. You have learned new things. This is the beginning. So this is the beginning. So if you be very much alert and disciplined from the beginning, nobody will stop you from scoring 360 in bio. And if you continue the same discipline in all the 4 subjects, then 720 is also possible. So on this positive note, before going, like the video, and again I will wish you all best of luck for your journey ahead. Have a very good evening. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you all of you.